I go live, she wants to walk in this room. My daughter is funny. All right. You guys, close the door. Close the door. All right. All right. Hello, hello. My name is Joelle B., owner of J&S Credit Solution and Joelle B. Financial Services. And this is my business partner. Look at Miss Smiles right here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lavania Maxey, and I am a new tax preparer working alongside of Miss Joelle. She is doing wonderful things, and I'm so happy to be working with her. My tax service is called LV's Tax Service, and we're here to share with you the things that we will be offering you guys to get you back your maximum refund.
But yes, all these kids want to come up in here while I'm trying. They distracted me. Hold on, 2 seconds. Wow. Come on, out the room, please. Thank you. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. I'm sorry. When your kids don't want you to be great. When your kids don't want you to be great, but that's the benefit of having a virtual tax business and being able to do it at home, whether you have kids or not. But as you already know, January 2nd, tax season has already opened. I know a lot of you guys are already waiting for your W-2s from your employer. Some of you guys may have it early. Others might have to wait a little later, maybe hopefully by the end of this month into February. Right now, it's more so self-employed 1099s. Who does that look like? Uber drivers, beauticians, barbers, strippers, taxi drivers. It doesn't even matter. If you're all cash business, then that we're talking to you. How can we help you get the maximum? Whether you had collected unemployment, hopefully you had taxes come out your unemployment. If you didn't, that's fine, but you are still required to hand over that 1099-G. Okay, so you need to hand that over to your tax preparer. Some of you guys may qualify for the surplus payment according to the American Rescue Act, where last tax season, I even noticed in my own versus some of my clients too, where I had taxes come out my unemployment, and I actually got a surplus payment. I had additional on top of the stimulus, so that's something I want you guys, even if you
explain to them, like, what is the surplus payment? What is that like?
So those that had unemployment and they did their taxes, especially those early filers that did their taxes and hand over the 1099-G. Now, according to the American Rescue Act, Biden has signed off where we're able to get up to 10, like if you made up to $10,000 in unemployment, you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. So I was one of them. I had taxes already come out of it. And then like when I went to do my return and everything, I was able to get some money back because I had more than the $10,000. And the fact that I had taxes, they had took some money. So that money they took, they gave it back to me.
Oh, okay. So that's why I always tell people that it's important, especially people that get unemployment like I do right now. It's very, very important to get the 10% taken out.
Yes, and if you're W-2, you're not exempt because I've seen a few that didn't have taxes come out, but they weren't too happy to have a smaller return. But it's important to have your taxes come out, especially if you've been working the whole year. You're required to pay your taxes. So if you know you want to have the most out of your returns, then be sure to pay it during the year. Whether you don't want to pay it monthly, pay that thing quarterly, and that it's most important, especially for people that are new to being self-employed, 1099. A lot of people don't anticipate when they first get into their business to make a certain amount of money. And once you already know, once you hit a certain tax bracket, you feel it. You feel it when IRS Uncle Sam is saying, hey, where my money at?
9 times out of 10, you get less back for taxes, or you end up owing back the government money when you get to a certain level of success.
But if you set yourself up right in the beginning, you won't have to worry about paying all your money into taxes or not having, or you make, that's like people who make six figures. They can make six figures on paper, but when it comes down to doing your taxes at the end of the year and the IRS take their money back, it ain't really six figures anymore. So it's important to pay your quarterly taxes, pay your returns, and make sure that you are budgeting when you're doing your profit and loss or P&Ls, whatever verbiage you're used to. When you are reporting your expenses, oh my God, this man is calling me. I'll call him later. You want to be sure that you have all of your budgets, your expenses written down, at least in some type of logbook. I'm suggesting QuickBooks. QuickBooks is the best thing because when I first started my business, I didn't do it right the beginning. You know how you're supposed to separate your personal assets from your business assets, have your personal account and your business account. Now, I know it's going to be a lot of people that dabbles in both, but QuickBooks is the best thing you can do for yourself, even if you don't have a certified CPA accountant. This is something that you can do yourself right now if you are low on funds, because QuickBooks has the capability to connect your bank account to QuickBooks, and you're able to go through all your transactions. And I should know, I remember I had to do 2 years. I had to go 2 years going through all my bank statements and tagging everything that I did for my business, whether it was for ads, whether it was for marketing, get some materials, equipment, inventory, like anything that would be tax deductible for my business, and it would qualify me for anything that I did for my business. But I knew I was operating in my personal account. I was able to separate the two and run a full report using QuickBooks, and it made it easier when it was time for me to put it in the tax software to go ahead and itemize the things that needed to be itemized. Right now, it is the beginning of the tax year. Usually, IRS kind of test run their software where it's really called hub testing and pre-act. And that's a little bit different. Right now, I'm sure you've seen myself and Lavanya has been posting about the cash advance. And the cash advance is here. It's here. If you need the extra money right now, whether you want to pour it back into your business, you want to pay some bills.
You don't want to miss out on the cash advance. The cash advance is something that is just so lucrative and is just so ready. And we're here promoting this because it's at your fingertips. Yes. And if money is this easy for you to get at your fingertips, you should want to inbox me or Joelle herself and figure out the rest of the information to help you get the cash advance. It's just such a great thing.
And we do have other options, even if you don't qualify for your tax advance. Now, the tax advance is not about your credit. Now, these banks do it depending on your tax returns, how much it is. It's so much different variables that goes into it. So this is why we say you could get up to $6,000. I know Jackson Hewitt and H&R Block is not paying out as much as we are. So we have the opportunity because we're able to do taxes in all 50 states. So we're not limited to
what's like the minimum that because I have done my taxes before me becoming a tax preparer this year. I have done it with H&R Block. I have done it with Jackson Hewitt. You don't get that opportunity to have up to a $6,000 cash advance with other tax preparer companies. I mean, it's not to downgrade anything that they do. Any other tax preparer I've met, they've been very pleasant. They've been very helpful. So when we come out here to explain what we're doing, is not to discredit anything. You may have a tax preparer that you've been going to. Joelle, some people go to the same tax preparer for years,
Mm-hmm.
It's just a tax preparer for the family. So we come out live to just promote what we're doing, what we have to offer. And for me, having an up to $6,000 cash advance, that's a big deal for me.
Definitely.
Because I've been doing my taxes with different companies, and you just don't get that type of leverage. You just really, really don't. What's the maximum from your tax experience before becoming a tax preparer? What's your experience with a company? What's the highest tax advance?
The most I ever gotten back, I was actually both a Jackson Hewitt and H&R
right
customer, and the most I ever got back on advance was about $3,000. I haven't got more than that. So
I don't believe it was $3,000 for me. I believe it was about 1 year was $1,500, and the next year maybe $2,000. I think 1,500 was the highest, but 6,000, I don't think that they were doing all of that. No.
So yeah, so we want to be able to be right in front of you guys and be able
Right.
to pour in some information. And even if we're not able to touch on all the various topics where you guys might have some tax questions, we want to be able to show up more and make ourselves more present, so that way you can ask your questions, so we're able to answer it. You know, like one thing I've noticed, I don't know if you noticed it too, Lavanya, some people can talk to you and think that we're mind readers, or we're supposed to know what is it that they wanted to have answered. But it's like, you're coming at me all kind of wrong, and I don't mind helping you, but what is it that you need me to answer for you that you're stuck on? And, you know, I don't mind coming down to where someone's stuck just to help them get unstuck. You know, this is not the type of season where we're leaving people behind getting stuck. You know, this is the season where we need to just be on our business and getting it done and pushing
getting it done, especially with everything that's going on with like this pandemic. This has been, you know, it's been a lot of things that's taken place in this world, you know, as far as like what was that? What was the I can't recall what was the first outbreak before COVID. It was before COVID.
The fluenza.
The fluenza. It's all these different things that comes and just rearranges the whole tone of the world. Because when COVID came out, everybody was just living normal lives. You know, everything probably was taking place, but COVID changed the tone of the world. Our business.
Sorry.
What we're doing, we're trying to get you that maximum refund, and we're trying to make it as easy as possible.
Yes, I'm sorry, y'all. See, I have another business partner. He should be on this live. If anything, a business partner, my business partner, he should be on, but he on FaceTime.
Yeah,
we on our text live talk. You should be on here. You're a tax professional, man.
Send me a link.
Send you the link? Okay, he about to come on. He's going to join us. I'm going to send you a link.
Yes. Y'all going to like him. He's so nice.
This is not even Sunday. This is Sean, another tax preparer on One Stop Taxes.
Oh, okay. Well, this will be my first. This is a first from you guys. I haven't met Sean, but you know.
Okay, I'm going to send him a link to get him on. Let's see. Because that's what we want to do. We want to be able to have powerful, beautiful people on, so that way we can figure out ways to help others, especially in the underserved areas, people that's looking for information. But you know, it's a lot of scammers out here too, right, Lavanya? Tell me this now. Am I wrong about this? It's a lot of scammers out here.
You know, that's the conversation we were just having. We're living in an era where people don't like to work hard for their dollars. I mean, I'm all for generational wealth. I'm all for putting my hands in everything. And if I'm looking for something that, if I can make money off of it without me having to work that 8-hour shift, I'm all for it. But I'm not really for somebody scamming or taking away hard-earned dollars from another person's pocket, especially in the times we're living in. We all need our money.
We definitely do.
We all need our money. I'm not participating in nothing like that. No scamming, no taking out of people's dollars, their dollars out of their pockets. We're not doing that. Live viewer comments show up. Oh,
let's hide that. What was that? I'm sorry. It's my first time really using StreamYard, so you're gonna have to bear with me.
Well, I'm glad you showed me this, so you know,
a tutorial to show everyone how to use it, so that way you're able to utilize it on your page and invite your guests. You know, we're gonna keep this text live talk going. I think we're gonna just do this maybe twice a week or so. What do you think?
Yeah.
To keep it going, definitely what I wanted to talk about too is the recovery credit, or the economic impact payment. Now, some of you guys, we are going to ask you if you receive a letter, because IRS sent several letters out. Okay. Now, in regards to the recovery rebate credit, there's a notice of 1444-C letter that went out, and then there's another one for 6475. So it's either or. Definitely we will need to have a copy of that. So when we do your returns, we are going to ask you, did you opt in on the advanced child tax credit? Did you some people do all the 6 months.
So you said the 6475, is that the second one you said?
Mm-hmm.
And then the first one is the
1444C.
1444C. That's the one that I did hear about. The child tax credit will get you an additional amount of money.
Hey, Sean.
Hi.
Hi, y'all.
Hey.
See, this is
So
my other business partner here, but we're talking about the recovery rebate credit for the notices that has gone out, the 1444-C and the 6475 letters
Okay.
that went out. Go ahead, ma'am.
and correct me if I'm wrong, because I like to be very transparent about everything. Even though this is my first year, I'm knowledgeable about taxes. But Joelle, she is an amazing person. She has been teaching me the ins and out of this business. And for anybody, any agents that are interested, there's no experience needed. Joelle will definitely lead you to where you need to be in this. And I'm hopefully, I would like to lead people into this too, because this is a good way to make money and to help people get back that maximum refund and gain that cash advance. But as far as the form, to get back to what she was speaking on, I believe that's the child tax credit when people can't go to work, right?
No, the child tax credit was the credit that was given when Biden was able to give us the advance. So usually when we do, like those that have dependents, when they file their tax returns with their dependents, we usually get child tax credit. Now, because the pandemic was bad, we were able to get a portion of that up front. Now, there's supposed to be a remaining balance. So when the people do their taxes this time around, they're going to be able to get the remainder amount of that. Some will have to pay back, but others that's making less than $40,000 a year won't have to pay that money back. Okay.
But is there a form? Because I was going through this with another client. There's a form for people that, for example, if they can't go to work, or if they go to work but they have to miss certain days of work.
Now you're talking about from being affected by COVID itself.
Yes.
So that's the form, but if that was mainly qualified for self-employment people, that's form 7202. So you're able to get up to $200 for each day you had to sit out, whether you were sick yourself with COVID or had to take care of a dependent or family member that had COVID. So you're able to get those qualified deductions for that for up to $200 a day. Now, that's for like mainly those that are self-employed. Now, if you're a W-2 worker, employee, that's something your job would have to give you a form to fill out. And that's something, you probably let your tax professional know when you get to that point of doing your taxes.
Oh, okay.
So if they miss work because of COVID, does that count as a credit too?
Like if you were affected by COVID. So but here's the date though. There's a date for this in order to qualify for it. That's from anytime from April from April to September in 2021. If you were affected in between that time frame, you'll be able to qualify that on that new 7202 form. For those that were still attending school, paying interest on their student loans, you're able to get up to $2,500 on deductions, and you are able to. I don't know if everyone's using credit cards or not, but if you had paid your loans with your credit card and you got into credit card debt because of your student loans, you're able to claim that and write that off into your tax. You're able to just claim that and get a portion of that back on your returns, but you have to let your tax professional know, and you would need to show your credit card statement showing that, so that way we can cover your bases.
Okay, so wow, that is so that's why I said the government. We can say what we want about the government, but they've really been looking out with all of these different types of tax writers that they've been coming out just so we can get back money, being that they know that all the American people have been going through such hard times with being out of work and everything. It's a beautiful thing that they're doing all of this.
And also, too, let's get back on the unemployment as well. If you had to make any type of repayment on your unemployment during that tax year, you're able to actually claim it on your return when you do your return, and you get some of that back for paying back, any overpayments that you may have gotten during that tax year. So that's another thing. If you didn't know, or you were upset that you had to pay that money back even when you needed it and all of that, you're able to let your tax professional know. They're able to put that on your tax return when doing your returns. For all the teachers, this is I know a lot of teachers. There's a expense that you can write up to $250 for classroom product supplies. You can be a teacher's aide, a counselor, a principal. You have to at least have worked 900 hours for that tax year, and you're able to write off face masks, hand sanitizers, disposable glove, or anything that the CDC recommended for your schools. You're able to write that off. So that's like
an expense. It's a plus. That's what I said.
But that we've been 20 minutes in. But for the most part, we're gonna keep the tax talk live. We haven't set a day yet, but I want us to all just be able to push out the information and do this on a weekly basis. We already know tax season is about 15 weeks. So, whether
we gotta come up with like a day, and I mean, if all three of us are willing to like do it, come together at least to come up with the day that we're gonna do this each week, and exactly what we're gonna talk about, then I'm game for it.
Yes, and I think we should at least put some polls out to make sure that we're touching on what really matters to those that are looking. Again, we're not mind readers, so everyone have questions. Everyone have questions. A lot of people are having issues. There's still people who still didn't receive their tax returns from the last tax season. There's people who didn't even get their state returns yet.
And I was reading an article yesterday. Pretty much it will more than likely be like delays with the tax returns because of everything that's going on with the pandemic, everything that's coming on with, I believe something new is coming out. It's not no longer COVID. It's something else, but I can't.
Flurona. That's what I was telling you. It's called Flurona and something else. I'm like, Flurona. Like, who came up with these names, though?
Flurona and Omicron.
No, I thought it was Omicron. It was right. Omicron, but they told me it's two different variants that came after Omicron.
This is really a time that we just have to keep everybody in prayer, because I just feel like every time, like when we think we are about to get over one pandemic, we are being hit with something else. So we just here to be very informative. Joelle, I will share as much as I can, as much as what I know. Joelle, she is amazing. She's just, how long have you been doing this, Joelle? Because I'm new to the game. How long you been doing this?
To be honest, I've been doing taxes for like 6 years, but I went independent.
Yes, she is amazing. That's why she's my business partner. We're just gonna take over the world together. Like, she's just very amazing. She's knowledgeable.
If I got any questions, I go through her and then find out the
other. That's why I said, I feel as though that even though me and Sean, we're new, it's so many greater things to come for us, Sean, because even though we're new, we still taking the chance out to embark on this journey. And we're not scared of doing it at all, because as long as you have a strong support system as Joelle, it's like skies is always going to be the limit. So anybody that's interested in doing this, please feel free to sign up and inbox me, Sean, or Joelle. And we'll be glad to assist you.
Yes, and then I'm gonna leave y'all with maybe four tips, right? So, number one, be sure to set up your payment plans on any outstanding federal debts to avoid garnishment. Okay, so if you owe IRS is like the biggest tax collector we all know. Ain't nobody playing.
Right. Ain't nobody playing.
They come for the rich people and they come for the poor. So you want to be able to make sure we're being smart about it and we are planning ourselves, ahead. So that way we don't have to worry about weight garnishment. That's like the worst thing you can get for yourself. Okay. And if you're having those type of issues, we got legal insurance services to help you on that. Number two.
Yes, we also are legal shield associates.
They're called PPSI now.
Oh, well, I'm still saying legal shield because I did sign up with them in September, and I'm still stuck on legal shield.
PPSI. Like, can you see it? It's PPSI now.
I'm a PPSI, so it's just too much to say.
A lot of changes
maybe we could discuss how to shorten it.
For any former employers that you have worked with Be sure to give them your updated address, email, contact number, so that way you're able to get your W-2 from them. See if they're an employer that actually uploads it. You can find it online. If they don't offer the online services, then you want to make sure that they have the most updated information for you, so that way they can get in contact with you. And you also want to go on IRS website and give them your updated address. Do you know how many people I have to go back and call people just to see, like, hey, did you move? Anything change? And every time I don't call them to find out, they're not going to tell me either. And then it's going to be like, what happened? So you want to avoid those issues. Number 2, decide now who's going to claim that baby, okay? Because I don't want to get in that mess, okay? This is where we get to the dependent warfare on, oh, no, I'm valid. No, you filed last year. No. We're not about to do that. Find out now who's claiming who. If you got to split them up, figure it out, because the last thing you want is IRS to figure it out for you, because that tiebreaker rule is real if you have to have them decide if you are unable to decide for yourself. If you have an IP PIN, be sure to have your IP PIN and look out for that letter. If you didn't update your address, then please call IRS or request one online, so that way you can have that and avoid additional delays on your return with your tax professional. And then again, when you do get your return, let's not just blow it on. I was about to say cars and strippers and all of that. Let's be real about this. Let's reinvest it in what matters and how you gonna flip that money. If you get $5,000 today, how you gonna flip it? Don't just pay all your bills down and then you're left with nothing.
And this is why I'm glad that we brought in PPSI, because a lot of people take their tax money and they throw it away on different things. We have a feature with our, I keep saying Legal Shield. Legal Shield is always going to be locked in my mind because that's how I was signed up. It is now called PPSI. If you're interested in starting your business, they have a feature that can help you set up your LLC. You can speak with a lawyer to help you speak. Yesterday I called to set up, to have help with a business proposal. So it's a lot of good things. Yes, it's a lot of good things that the company does.
Yes, honey. So you want to make sure. So those of you that's been asking about the business credit,
I paid it for the month, so I'm gonna use it.
Oh, you better use it. I got words for you, son.
You better use it, because when I first of all, she helped me sign up in September. I didn't know that. I knew that they did the LLC, but I did not know that they help you actually with the business plan, with the business proposal. But now I do know. So I'm excited because this is amazing things.
And this is why I want to focus on business solutions with PPSI, because everyone is hopping on the self-employment bandwagon. Oh, I'm a boss, this and that bandwagon, but nobody's taking the time to really understand how do you structure yourself for it, right? On the LLC to get the bank account. How do you build out the business credit if you don't have the business bank account or the web presence and all of that? And we already know things like this can be costly. It is tax deductible. And this virtual tax business is tax deductible, right?
Deductible.
But at the same time, you have to be able to show people that you are legitimate on paper. So when it comes down to getting money and you're building a profile, they're going to search you and research all these things. And maybe you don't know where to go. If you guys never purchased a web domain, hosting, and all this extra stuff, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then when you pay people to try to put it together, they get frustrated because a lot of people will just say, hey, I want a website. But when you talk about how many web pages, where does the graphic goes, do I have a logo and this and that, it gets a little stressful. So PPSI do offer the option of you can get a customizable website. You can have a CRM, which is called a client relationship manager, or wherever you want to put your information. Right? We can help you with business funding. Maybe you want to be nonprofit. Maybe you were looking to get those free money, the type of money that you don't have to pay back, but you still have to be able to create the business plan and be able to create that funding portfolio. So that way, when you are in front of these investors, you are able to execute the idea, the problems, the solution for them to say, yes, I'm going to shell out that money to you because you were able to help me see what is it your mission is and what that product is and how it's going to bring them back more money, right?
Make sure you take your refund. When you come to us, we help you get the maximum refund. But we also going to tell you, do not take that maximum refund and spend your money. I have done that. So I'm not coming on this camera saying something that I have not done. I'm not a judgmental person. Things happen. Sometimes you can't use your refund to do the things to, further your dreams. Sometimes people have to pay back bills and stuff. If you have to pay those bills, maintain your livelihood and pay those bills. But if you have a dream, take that maximum refund and put that towards your dream, because that's what I'm doing this year.
Yes.
And it all started with Joelle. I'm telling you, like,
girl, we met each other during the pandemic first breakdown in 2020.
Taxes, and I'm glad you did it.
I'm telling you, like, she is the person that's gonna keep you. Like, she motivates me. I will be going through the worst day. Joelle just uplifts me. She's just a business. You have that business like aura. You know what you're doing. You know what you want, and I'm so thankful to be a part of your.
She keep up with you too. Like it's not like
She
you
keep up
on
with
an
you.
island by yourself. It's
She's that business partner and that
she'll hit
friend
you up.
that's gonna keep a foot on. She keeps her foot on the people's necks. Okay, she's gonna make sure you're doing what you have to do. She's gonna make sure you get that maximum refund, and she's not only a business, like she's putting that into us because we're newcomers, but.
Yes. This year, we all gonna be hitting these challenges to show
We're gonna
up
be hitting these challenges together, and I'm just so
We're
thankful.
not secret agents anymore.
We're not.
We are not secret agents, and we do understand like this whole experience for these last 2 to 3 years has been rough on everybody. I'm sure we all took all kinds of losses we weren't even expecting to take, losses that we thought that we were able to shield ourselves from, and we weren't able to shield ourselves from. So this is why it's really important, imperative to at least pour into the people that's willing to pour into you, and separate yourself from the negative energy that's only draining you, and they're not adding on to you. They're only taking away. Those are the type of people you want to be able to eliminate from your circle. It doesn't matter if it's blood or not. You need to be able to eliminate that, so that way you can grow. Everyone's going to have a season where you're going to feel like you're by yourself and no one's going to be around. But you also have to understand that's going to be the time where you're able to really connect with the ultimate source. So that way you can eliminate the smoking mirrors, eliminate the doubt, eliminate like whatever is clouding your vision to move forward, because fear it's not real, but somehow we're addicted to it. That thing will have you stuck. So personal development is big. I'm big on personal development. Y'all gonna get it eventually, right? But
I feel like I'm a work in progress. I am a work in progress, but I feel like the person I was from last year to this year, Lavanya, I know what I want. I know exactly what I want, and I know that sometimes fear is going to take a part, because sometimes your past do try to revisit. Especially, I be that devil that's trying to make the past revisit, because God has so many things in store for you, you wouldn't believe. But if you just ignore that pesky devil and just keep pushing forward with everything that you want to do, I feel like it's sky's the limit for all three of us. And everybody that's watching this live is just go after your dreams, because I'm going after mine. I'm not stopping at all.
Sean, you going after
When I
yours?
last year when I started, I was scared to ask for the sale, scared to put myself out there. Yeah, I just don't care. Let me go. Let me do your taxes. No, all right. I'll move on to the next person. And a lot of those same people that told me no, they came back and asked me to do them because they don't feel like they got as much back as they should have. And some people I didn't ask, and when they found out that I was doing it, they was upset with me. Why didn't you tell me? Because that's a is a personal friend taking care of their finances and not some stranger. So this year I'm just asking for the sale, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I'll move on to the next sale.
Like, move on.
That's what I want to hear.
We here to really help everybody. Yes, we're all three here to help everybody get that maximum refund. So I think this would really be good if we come up here once a week. Maybe we should do like, is there any way with the platform that we're using that we could like do like a sharing of a screen?
Oh yeah, on this it gives you the capability to do a screen share. So we're able to do more
and stuff, so they could see exactly they could see exactly what it is that we do and like what we offer as a company. I think it's like very important, because you know,
I'm
we
thinking about
like
doing a tax party. We're gonna host a tax party, you know?
yeah.
My first successful business credit client, and she spent her 15, and her first loan I think is 3,900, but that's like a lower tier. But she has the opportunity to work her way up to higher tiers.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like you have to share those success stories on your page. So congrats on that, you know. Your sound is messing up a little bit, hon.
Your sound is yeah.
Uh-oh. We hearing whatever's rocking in your background.
Can you
There
guys
we
hear
go.
me now?
Right there, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where you from, Sean?
I'm from New Jersey. Me and Joel went to school together.
High school buddies.
Oh, okay. So
Yep,
we all from Jersey. Oh,
yep.
okay.
And I got snippets and text message threads and stuff that I'm gonna take and build so that way the next person that I solicit the credit to, I know what to talk them through and what how to set those expectations. But she's real excited about it. She was a little worried at first, so
You gotta trust the process.
it turned around, and I got compensated like after the first 2 or 3 weeks after she purchased it.
Why was she worried? That's
Um,
what.
because she wasn't getting emails right away and things like that. But like I said, now I know what expectations to set. It took her about a week to get the startup emails and things like that. And then
Okay.
after she got the
Oh,
emails,
okay.
she wasn't worried about the contract
Mm.
steps. And really gave her the 3 steps, and it's really up to her to follow out and do those 3 steps.
I don't want to interrupt him, but I can hear him.
Yes, but for the most part, she was able to trust the process. We understand the hiccup, the communication, probably what we all consider expectations high, especially when you're new with the business. And some companies they'll respond within that same day, and others take 2 to 3 days, or maybe 5 to 7 days, depending on the volume of like applications coming in. So that can make anyone feel a little uneasy, but with this client that he had, she was able to get the response, and that was enough to set her nerves, put her nerves down, gone through the process. She went through the process, and she was able to qualify for that first loan. Like you said, it's not as high, but it's a start. So now she's able to like build those blocks up on the business credit. So I can't wait to see what happens in her business and her ventures there. So that's
She
exciting to
got
hear.
she got her money back plus a little bit more. So
Yes.
she her initial investment she got back. She got a couple extra dollars that she could put towards her business.
See,
And she's
that's
a
amazing.
she also a returning tax client. So we gotta make sure we
Yes.
build relationships on both
I want
sides.
to see you make more than last tax season, Sean. Because
I gotta get you some money, Joel.
oh, not even me. This is for you, honey. I want to make sure you making that money. But yes, I'm happy that you took that leap with me, though. All right. Any last words before we end the live?
And if anybody's interested, don't be scared to do it, man. I did that last year without a job, and it was scary, but it helped out. And now this year I got a job. I'm trying to replace the income.
Yes. And it's nothing wrong with having a job because cash flow will always be cash flow. Everyone, number one objective should always be ways to increase your income, monitoring what you are bringing in. Like at this point, like QuickBooks, you heard me keep saying QuickBooks, right? Because like we are in the first month of the year, we're 8 days in, and then it's like, what are we crushing this month? What are we crushing for the first 90 days, the first quarter of the year? Like, how are we really setting ourselves up for success? If we really don't know what we're going to do or have goals in the next 90 days, then we are already behind schedule. You get what I'm saying? Because this is the first quarter we're talking about. How are we going to impact people in the first quarter? How are we going to elevate our finances in the first quarter? It's not about, oh, we just want to do your taxes. You have to do your taxes regardless, And then it's like if you're trying to build, you want to make sure what you need to see money coming in and money coming out. You need to make sure your personal credit is good. You want to build that business credit. At some point, not everything is going to be on your personal side. People think that you have to get your house under your own personal credit. No, you can get that thing under an entity and still have your house. You get what I'm saying? There are different ways, there are different strategies. And this is why I want to really get into more of real estate this year. I'm actually going to be purchasing my first commercial property this year. You know, it's just, you just can't, you know, this is like a $700. This is a $700K.
That's so good.
So this is not just any baby money. You can't just want to make multiple figures and then you talking about little investment that you're struggling to, you know, at least invest in yourself. So if you want to play big, then you got to really pay to play. Hey, Sleepyhead. But yes, I want to get more into the real estate talk. So it's going to be so much going on because I'm even going through a merger. I didn't even talk about that yet, honey. But it's going to be a lot in store for all of us this tax season, this year, not even tax season, but just us growing this season. But all right. So thanks for you guys joining on the live, for our tax live. I'm not gonna say rant, but we were just really just talking just to cover some bases for those that are looking. At least you met the tax pros, which is us, right? So if you have any questions, be sure to direct your questions here on the thread in the video once it's posted. You can message Lavanya, you can message Sean. We are here to answer any questions you may have. All right. Thanks for watching. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. It's light where you at, Sean. It's a little dark where I'm at.
That's that Florida weather, girl.
It's cold, and it's cold in Georgia.
I'm good. I can't do it.
Can't do it. It feel like Jersey weather right now.
It's cold in Georgia. You want to come down there? I'm trying to get away from the cold.
My blood too thin for that stuff now.
We ain't got no snow though. I can tell you that.
Okay, yeah, I could do. Yeah, that's why I said I could do. Well, what's cold to you? Because is it 30 degrees down there?
I don't think it's 30 degrees. I think it's maybe like 50 right now.
Yeah, see, I could do like above 40, you know, the whole year long, but this 20, 30 degree weather in Connecticut, I'm not doing this.
Anything under 60 degrees, I'm good on. I'm putting on.
See, I told you I'm gonna have to come down here to Florida where you at, Sean. It's just that I'm not a big fan of the hurricane. I can't swim. I'm not about to go
nervous about the alligators. You didn't see no alligators?
I think it's too much TV because my sister says it's not that bad.
It's not.
The Floridians have hurricane parties in Central Florida, and alligators they non-existent. They all in that little theme park on International Drive now. Come on down. Don't be afraid.
Yes, because I'm looking to plan a Miami trip, and I'm looking at the Airbnbs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to hang out with the sun and look, you know.
Yeah. So I always wanted to move to Florida. At first, it's crazy because I was supposed to move to Florida in the beginning of the pandemic. Wow. I was actually like looking to relocate. I was going to go to an Airbnb first, and then I was going to see how I liked it out there. And if I didn't like it, I was just going to come back to my place. But that's why I was looking to relocate in the first place. But the whole pandemic, you know, they shut everything down.
It was so funny. The beginning of the pandemic, I was looking to move to Pennsylvania. Like, I just migrated to the South.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's funny. I probably would have been in Pennsylvania somewhere, upset with the mountains.
It snowed more out there than it do in Jersey. That's why I said I can't do the snow no more.
I realized I'm like, oh no, it's too many hills and mountains and curves. It's not my ministry. Can't be here. So that's how I ended up south.
Not my ministry. It's too cold. I'm ready to move somewhere where it's like hot, but not too hot.
Yes. Well, you know, we're learning this now. We get to visit.
Right.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. Thanks y'all for joining me. And then we're gonna redo this again next week. I'm gonna let y'all know on the dates, okay?
I like the weekends.
Like the weekends.
If you don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we could do on the weekends. We could do that. Then I might want y'all to be on my wind down Wednesdays with me now.
I get off early enough. We should be able to do that.
Okay. Let me know what time you doing.
We will be sipping some wine, talking some crap. Okay.
Okay.
I got you, Scott.
Yes.
Hey, y'all. Have a good one, Joel. Nice meeting you.
Have a good one.
Nice meeting you too.
Okay.